Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. This week, we're continuing our special look at the finalists for the 2023 Niall Marshall Awards for Best Crime Novel, New Zealand's highest crime novel award. Today, let's turn the spotlight on Ben Sanders' Sometimes at Night, also known as Exit 45. The third in Sanders' Marshall Graves series. Graves is a former undercover NYPD cop who left the force when things went wrong. He's returned to New York, and as the novel opens, he's meeting with a former colleague and friend, Ray Vielu. It seems that Vielu is in trouble and needs Graves' help. He owes a lot of money to the wrong kind of people, and they've given him 5 days to come up with the money. The mob, these are the people he's associated himself with, know Vielu's family members and where he and his family members can be found and so on. Vielu is desperate to rid himself of these people, and he feels he has nowhere else to turn. Graves agrees to try to help if he can, but just then, as they're talking, Vielu is gunned down. Graves feels a strong obligation to find out what happened. Vielu had told him that he had 5 days to pay his debt, so why would the mob have killed him early? If it wasn't the people who'd lent Vielu money, then who was it? Graves wants justice for his friend, and he wants to be able to give Vielu's family some answers. So he starts asking questions. He's a former cop, but he's a civilian now, so the police are not delighted to have him working on the case. Still, there is something to the saying, once a cop, always a cop. So Graves does get some help from the police working the case. That is, until he becomes a suspect himself. It's a complex case with a few levels and some dark secrets, but in the end, Graves finds out what happened to Ray Vielu. So what are the elements in this novel? What sort of a novel is it, and what holds it together? The novel has a very strong sense of New York City. That's where most of the action is, and Sanders places the reader there both in terms of the physical setting and the local culture. And the New York Jersey mob plays an important role in the novel's action, even though it's not really a mob novel. It's not a mob crime novel. The story is told mostly from Marshall Graves' perspective, third person, past tense. He's got his share of history behind him, but it doesn't cripple him. He's a complex character with a somewhat sarcastic sense of humor, and that lightens the book. That said, though, this is a noir story. No one, including Graves, is blameless or is a hero. And the ending isn't upbeat, although we do find out the truth about the case. Most of the characters are just trying to do the best that they can. And as the story goes on, we learn about their situations. In fact, some of the characters' pasts are interrelated, and that has a lot to do with the mystery at hand. The truth about the murder is sad and dark, although there is a sense that things will go on. Although the book isn't exactly a thriller, there are tense moments, dangerous situations, and fast pacing. In fact, it's not spoiling the story to say that at one point, Graves is interrupted by a guy coming through the door with a gun. Just the sort of action Raymond Chandler once mentioned. The connection won't be lost on fans of Chandler's work and of other classic noir novels. Sometimes at Night, Exit 45 explores loyalty, past sins, and sometimes dirty, messy reality that you get when you get involved with organized crime. It features a strong New York setting, a noir context, and a protagonist who's doing his best to do the right thing, even if it's sometimes ugly. Thanks. This has been In the Spotlight. Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg.